Hello one and all, and welcome to the Astroflower update for the Game Changer energy. We're going to be talking about, well, it's decided to go in at the moment. We're going to be talking about the sun's energy, the Prana energy, the Chi energy. That's Rafi, by the way. And that's Cody. Hello, Cody. Yes. So we're going to be talking about the Prana energy, the key energy, the pneuma, it's almost a bit like the Holy Spirit or the Baraka, as the Muslims would call it, and stuff like that. It's a type of energy that's coming through. Here you'll see on the sun, in these images here, you'll see that on the bottom right hand side there was an eruption from a solar sunspot. But in that sunspot, there was a lot of plasma energy, as you can well see here. And this was sort of directed in the direction of the Earth. It's going to take a bit of a sideswipe, luckily, because the magnetic field of the Earth is so weak at the moment that any interruption from the sun can cause some serious damage to the Earth, and obviously everything that is a living upon it, because we're all affected by this vibration. And this is why I do the weekly tarot cards, because it gives you a heads up. It gives you an idea of what's sort of coming down the line, so you can position yourself in order to get the best out of life. And it's not always easy. It's not always difficult, so that's why I sort of say life should be fun. So make sure you do enjoy, because every minute it's changing constantly. So this vibration that's coming through from the sun is a combination of two things. If we take prana wind, this is going to give me a good opportunity to explain the workings of the Astroflower in real time, and you can do the experiment yourself, because this energy is coming through from the sun. Now there's 5 types of prana wind that comes from the sun. One of them is filament energy, which is water energy. One of them, which is solar flare energy, which is sort of fire stroke air energy. Then you have corona hole, which is sort of earth energy. And then you have light and sort of protons and x-rays and stuff like that, which was a lot faster. But we're going to be concentrating on 2 elements in particular that are coming through this week. And then they're coming through on the 20th. So I'm just about to do your weekly readings. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens on your weekly readings. And as I said, I've been saying this coming up at the July readings. I've also did that special that I talked about, the Game Changer energies, which you can find on our channel, my channel as well. And this is the energy that's coming through. It looks like it's going to be swiping us, as I say, and you can well see it here. It will be coming through on the 20th, Thursday the 20th, according to where you live. This is universal time, so you will have to convert the time zones for where you live. So it is a particular type of energy that I said. So it's going to be, we're looking at filament or plasma energy, which is very much more sort of water energy, and also fire energy. And the combination of the two can be quite explosive, as we all well know. But it's the way it works with the Astroflower. So let's just take one sign in particular to start with. Let's take our lovely people, Scorpios. So hello all you Scorpios out there. Now if you look on the right hand side of the Scorpio flower, you'll see a connection. Hang on a second. Thou do. Rafi, come here. That'll do. Excuse me, everybody. He gets excited with the horses sometimes. Yeah, so Scorpios. So let's look on the right-hand side where you have the interjection between Scorpio, your waters, and Sagittarius, fire. So this is exactly those 2 types of energies that we're talking about. And because your energy is the border energy of your waters, you have the base, which is your air. You have the top energy, which is your, which is the interaction with Sagittarius, which is the fire. So on your relationship side, in the future, it's going to be injecting a bit of passion into your emotions. That's how it's sort of working. So if you want to go back and see your weekly reading last week, go back and have a look at petal at the top right hand side of your flower, that's where you'll see this interaction. So you see particularly what cards you're dealing with and the message that comes along with it. Now, the funny thing is, we'll talk about Sagittarius now. Now, Sagittarius is sharing as well this interaction with Scorpio coming in through Sagittarius into their fire. But this is slightly different. So this is the emotions that come into your passions rather than your the passions coming into your emotions. So that is a very slight nuance, but it gives a complete difference in interpretation. And it's also, it's got to be said, on the material side of Sagittarius. So what it will be doing, let's say for Scorpio, let's go back to Scorpio for 2 seconds. What it will be doing will be, as I say, injecting a bit of passion, a bit of fire into your emotions about your relationships that are around you. And it's your future self as well, which is calling. So it's giving you a heads up on the direction of where you should be going. On Sagittarius, you're going to be getting the similar sort of thing with an injection of emotions on through your passions. So you will get emotionally engaged about your career path, about your business or your projects, and it will be according to what card came up in there. There is also other signs. Let's take, for example, Pisces and Aries. Now, Pisces is 100% water. Well, I say 100% water. Its ring is 100% water, and Scorpio, no, not Scorpio, Aries, sorry, Aries is 100% fire, which is just next to it. So, you know, you get 4 pure signs, Pisces, Aries, Libra and Virgo. But let's go back to Pisces and Aries. So this, you've got the similar sort of thing. So you get the interjection of fire from Aries. Now this is a different type of fire to the fire of Sagittarius, as we all well know. Sagittarius has got that air at the bottom, so it's a very much more sort of bubbly, joking, jovial sort of energy when it's playing well, and it can sort of have too much air coming through, which blows out your fire. Whereas Aries is very much more sort of constant fire. So Pisces, you may feel that your emotions are being charged, but constantly. And it seems like almost like a tsunami in a way that's coming through on your emotional side, and it's driving you towards your future. It's bringing you into the here and now, and that's the sort of thing that you're going to be feeling. So that will be corresponding to your card. You should go and see your weekly reading according to that when you from last week, seeing on that. Also, obviously, everybody go and see, you know, the big game changer and the game changer all signs as well. That will help you out as well. You'll be able to see this sort of change that's coming through. But for Aries, now Aries this is very different. So we have Pisces. Now Pisces, we know, is not the same thing as Scorpio, and it is a lot more emotional. It is a lot more, I would say, emotionally driven, simply because Pisces has that Cancer. Scorpio, I'll get there, blimey. It's just so many signs. It's so difficult sometimes. Scorpio has got that air at the bottom, so it's very mentally driven. You know, their emotions are mentally driven, so that, you know, there's a lot of calculation that goes in, where Pisces can act upon the moment and change direction very quickly, which is a good thing and can be a bad thing. Everything has its yin and yang in life, you know, and that's what we should understand. But with Pisces, you know, with Aries, you're going to get this constant emotional drive in your material world, and that's in your future self. So it's the start of a project, which is really good. It's the injection of the next stage of your career path. That's the sort of energy. So that's the sort of thing you should be looking at from Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. That dog is going mad for those horses. He loves them. Yes, so that's the sort of thing that's going to be going through. For every other sign, obviously you can go through. You've got, you know, for air signs, you've got obviously Gemini, the other fire signs. You've got Leo as well, which will be affected by the because it's next to Cancer. That's a very similar sort of situation, but that sort of changes as well because Cancer has got the Earth at its base, and Leo has Earth at its base as well. But you know, the interjection is slightly different. So make sure you look at all of your weeklies and see where you have the water and fire connecting on which petal, and then go and see which card it's corresponding to, and that message, because that message will become heightened. For example, Capricorn, on your material side, you have that interjection between Sagittarius, which is coming through at the top, and then Scorpio, which is underneath it. And this is all about your future as well. It's connecting to, it's driving those plans on because it's coming through your Earth. So you're using the passion and the emotions. I'm really gonna have to have a serious word with that dog. Hang on a second. He's got a bee in his bonnet about that horse. I don't know what it is. It's Raph. You know, Cody dog. Say hello, Cody. Come and say hello. Oh, Cody dog here. He's all right. He's chilled as anything. Anyway. Yeah, Capricorn. So because that's that sort of bridging both sides of your Earth on the interior, and you've got two sets of and it's opposite. You've got your the fire coming through from Sagittarius. Rafi. The fire coming through from Sagittarius, and then you have the water that's coming through from Scorpio, and then you have the water that's comes through, or the air that's coming through from Aquarius. This is going to drive physically or materialistically the projects in a very physical sense, and it's going to come out of ideas, and it's your passions and your heart's desires and your emotions that's going to drive those ideas through. That's just one example. Obviously, you can go through every single sign, and you can see, you'll find a link to your flowers below, and you will be able to sort of see where you have the interjection or the combination of the fire and water within your flower to and see how it affects your weekly reading and what card it is reading about. So there you go. It looks like this game changer is coming through, as I say, on Thursday. That is tomorrow. I'm just about to do your weeklies, so don't forget, I'd like to see you over there for that. I am setting up workshops in the UK and looking to do workshops in America, in the US. If you would like to go to a workshop and be part of the Astroflower program, the Astroflower learning program, or on some of my energy workshops that I do, what I'll be looking for is basically trying to find a place where that you know, people can get to quite easily, that I can have for the weekend, so we can do weekend courses over 2 different weekends, one for the Astroflower and one for the energies. And if that interests you, there is a link, there is an email in the description below, so please send me an email, tell me your location, and tell me if you'll be interested in the workshops that I'll be doing in October, in November in the US. So yes, it'd be lovely to hear from you. It'd help me for timing. It would just help me organise my costs and stuff like that. Coming over to the States, it'd be absolutely beautiful to be over there to see you lovely people. Yes, I guess that's everything. I will see you over there for the weekly readings as well. So don't forget, and this is really important, people, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.